Angie. Alright, so I thought I would get on to the other part of this cane, and I still have to reduce that. I've already done a backing with a little bit of a texture on it, which is this, but you can use any backing you want. Doesn't matter what it is. Alright, so, and I do have this already rolled out. I'm going to set it on this paper and give it a little bit of a burnish. I've already picked out my cutter. I'm trying to get a little bit more organized, you know. So I did pick up this cutter. Oh, excuse me, holy, don't know where that came from. Deep within. Anyway, the clay is big enough for it. Yes, I'm going to set this to the side also. And I do have my beads, and all I did with these beads, I don't even know if I'm using them, I haven't decided yet. I'll probably stick them in there somewhere. I just buffed them. That's all I did with them. And I'm probably just going to leave them like that because I kind of like it. I like the look. So I'm going to roll this out a little bit because it is too big. So we will roll this, and I'm sure I'm going to end up with more scrap clay so I can make more beads of my choice. So just slowly roll it. Gotta wake it up because it has been, you know, I can't remember how long it's been since I did the tutorial. Honestly, it's been a busy week. But it's been a few days. I'm going to cut it in half. I keep cleaning off my blade, but I keep using it. I just want to make sure all the grub and grimes are off of it. I'm going to cut it like that. So there's one size, but that's probably still going to be too big. But I want to start reducing this one. So I don't want to reduce them too much. And mainly just enough for my pendant I'm going to do today. I'll stick that aside. So this one's probably an okay size. Yep. So I'm going to roll this one a little bit more so it's even smaller than that piece. I don't need a big piece of it. That isn't a large area unless I decide to make something else with it. I might do a bracelet or something on my own at another time. Not sure. Now, is this one smaller? Yep. So I'm going to cut that piece off. So now we have this size and this size. I'll do one just a little bit smaller, and you notice I'm still keeping this part bigger. It's because I don't want to reduce all of it, and this is a good way to do it. That way you just reduce what you want, and the rest is still quite thick, and if it's sitting for a little bit, it's easy to wake it back up, and of course I still have this larger piece. And we have these three. So, I'll bring this back, give it a bit of a burnish, so it'll be nice and smooth. And both of these pieces that I have are both rolled out on my thickest setting. Of course, when you add texture, you know you always thin it out a little bit more. Burnishing it as well, you're going to thin it out a little bit more. So now all we need to do is slice some canes. And we want to slice them as thin as possible. Every time I cut, I like to turn it because it does distort it a bit. And yeah, I don't care if they're not perfect. You can always reshape them. Because again, I was just playing with this. That one I kind of messed up a little bit too, but that's okay. Alright, I'll cut some this size. It's sticking to me. I'm just going to cut a few off for now. If I need more, I'll just cut more off. I don't want them sticking to each other because it is warm where I was playing with it. Reducing it. And I'll do a couple of the larger ones. I've cut off 3 of these, I think. That pendant isn't that big, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of it. There. Alright, so now I'm going to bring this back in to the picture. And I just want to lightly make just a little, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I just lightly, here, maybe you can see it a tad bit, just so I can see where my edges are going to be. And now it's just a matter of picking up pieces and, oh, excuse me, I'm yawning all of a sudden, and putting them where I want them. So I'm going to stick this one. Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing my lines. I'll stick one right here. Another one there, and another larger one. Where would I like to put this? Anywhere my heart desires. Stick it over there. Then this size, and I want to shape them a little bit more. Some of these, whoops, some smaller ones. Definitely don't want them sticking to each other. This is a pretty color though, I do like it. Do I want any more? I don't think I do. I think I got plenty. Let me stick this on here and see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I got plenty on there. And I'm going to burnish it now, carefully, because I don't want to smush it. I just want to push it in. As you can see, we hardly used any of that cane. And I have some extra pieces, and I'll probably put them into beads. Not a real hard push. And stuff falling on the floor. Not a real hard push, but a firm one. Because again, we just want to push it into the clay. It's still not quite right, so I'll burnish it a little bit more. And you'll feel it with your fingers as you're burnishing it. It's coming there, but not quite. But it is coming along. This will also get rid of that little tiny bit of lines I put on there with the cutter. So it'll come off. And then we can just judge where we want to cut it. And burnish and burnish and burnish. Feels pretty good. Almost. I just see a couple more spots over here. Right down in here. and one up in here. I thought I would get the back ready early so that, excuse me, I can just do that one bake. And then, when we come back, we'll just put it all together. Now, let's see how it looks now. Fabulous. There we go. All right, now the cutter. I want to make sure that's good and clean. Find the clay sometimes after a while stains them. It's hard to get them perfect. Anyway, I want that there. Yeah, I think that looks good. So now we'll push it down in there. Whoops, I always hit something on the... Too many cords hanging around here, you know. All right, I'll push this down on it. And of course, you know I'm going to save this black. Put that back in my black pile. Now that was silly, and I got to turn around and cut it again because I still forgot about the backing. Oh well, I'll put that on there. Don't want any air bubbles in it. I'll just flip this paper over, and we'll put it back on here and burnish it a little bit more. Just to make sure there's, oh, I see something flying in there. A little, I'll tell you, I like playing with, I like how glitter looks in things, but when you don't want it, it always ends up in it. Doesn't matter how much you clean. There, let's burnish this again. I don't know where that came from. Well, I do, but I thought I had it all cleaned up. Alright, we'll take another peek at this. I'm actually even trying to get around my edges too because, you know, sometimes they tend to get missed. She's burnished now. I wonder if I should put, you know what, I've seen some people using their gloves and I love how that looks. Of course, you know, I have all kinds of gloves. Get my scissors out. Of course, mine are blue though, they're not see-through. Because that's what we wear around here in home care. So it tends to be the ones, if I need to pick them up, that's what I tend to grab. There. See, that's the problem. I can't see through mine. Well, I can a little bit. I think I can see enough. Alright. Now where did I put my, here's my cutter. I'm going to just go like this. Yep. My acrylic block again and sorry, push down. I'm always doing something. There. Not too bad. But you can see when you burnish how you always end up with stretching it out a little bit. So it's never quite as thick. as it is when you roll it. So anyway, let's give this a rub around here. Where's my tools? I have some of these nice rubbery tools and I tend to not use them, I don't know why. But clean up the sides as best as you can. You know, it's not hard to give it a little sand. But they always say, the more you do now, the less you do later, and it is true. I'll just push it in like this. Make it all nice and neat. I'm going to put this in the oven for a full complete hour. Why? Because I have 2 layers on, we will say, on the thickest setting. So, you know, it's got quite a bit of thickness to it. Right. So, you know, I want to make sure it's baked really good. When it's done, I'm just going to buff it up. You know, sand it and whatever. Make it all nice and pretty. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do for the necklace part. I might do up some beads, I don't know. I do have some scraps here, and you know, I can always cut some of the ends off here if I wanted to. I guess. I don't really have a lot. But I think I'm going to wait until I use some more of my clay before I make beads. So I might just use one of these. But you can always like have a loop here. Put this on it. Yeah, see, I don't really like that so much. So I'm not going to use them. And if you had enough of these and maybe some black beads, you could make a necklace part for it. My job, I have an odd number, but you could do 2 and 2. Put some black bead in here and on the outside, and just finish the rest off. Just different ways you can do things, you know. But for now, we'll just bake this. Again, for 1 hour. And I'm using Primo, because I'm sure I didn't say. I have a bad habit of that. I mean, to me, clay is clay. You just go by the manufacturer's instructions. There. I'll buff it a little bit more. A little spot there or something, I don't know what it's from. It's like I poked something in it. And I'm, like I said, I'm resining it. Probably just, I know I'm just going to buff it. So I think those beads look pretty nice buffed. Anyway, I've chatted long enough, haven't I? That's probably where I removed that glitter. Anyway, I'll be back when it's finished. See you in a bit. Hey everyone, I'm back. And I did buff it and all that. Put a little one of those screw things in here and an eye hook, because I did make a little round bead. It's hard to get the right color in here, I find. Anyway, it's red and black. So I'm going to stick this through the hole if I can find it, like so. So it'll be like this. Then I'm going to have to snip. Oh, where's my snippers? There they are. And excuse the black clay all over me, but alright, so I just go like this and snip it. I hold both ends so it doesn't go flying, because it can occasionally. Then I need my other round nose pliers, if I can get them unhooked, to make another. Oh, this wire is pretty tough. That's good though. Bend it over, twist it around. It is pretty hard here, but we will get it. Because I got clay all over my fingers, it's taking that nice shine off of my bead. I have to buff it up again. there. You can see that. And I decided to put a larger jump ring on this one than I would normally put. I don't know. I thought it might look better. We're about to find out. I'll close that. Then I'll just use this for a cord for now. I like these lacy ones, kind of cool looking. And again, I'm going to pause you for a minute so I can buff that. It's too noisy if I don't. Alright, that only took a minute, not even. I'll go 30 seconds. Push it at 30. Anyway, there we go. Here is, okay, I'm going to have to twist it. No, I don't. I had it the wrong way. There we go. Here's our necklace. Oh, you can see a nice shine on it. I did put Renaissance wax on it as well. So I think it came out pretty good. Let me pull this over so you don't have that purple shining on you. But there it is. Our cute little bracelet. And I made a nice big bead, which could have probably went in there as well, but I don't know. Anyway, I just made it because I could. I had it and thought I'd do it. There's these other little beads. And like I said, this could be incorporated into a necklace instead of using something like this. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.